Hello again. So now if I wanted to, I can start to get a little weird with this, as one does. So here's the eye, right? It didn't actually go away, it just sort of hid it for the moment. Now, do you remember we saved a selection of him earlier? Let's go select, load selection, guy. Okay, he's selected. Let me copy him real quick. And let me paste him in place, right? So this is not exactly a tricky thing to do. Sometimes it's automatic, but edit. And instead of paste special, paste in place. Okay, so now we have three guys here who are kind of loose and disappearing and coming and going, and one who's permanent, right? There he is. And there's the eye. So now let's create a horrifying science fiction encounter between, I don't know, Mormons, whoever these guys are, and a giant floating eyeball. Okay? So if we look over here on the layers panel, you can see, background, layer 4, layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, and this randomness is because of us being on different layers when we pasted at different times. So it's a little weird looking. And the names are kind of irrelevant to this. The thing that is relevant is that whatever is on top, in this case, the eyeball, is the thing that's the closest to the front. That's you. Let's say you're the front, the thing that's closest to you. The top of the layers is the front, facing you. Now, at this point, if I take that layer, I can drag it, right? So see where my mouse is? Holding it down. Watch closely because it's these little subtle giveaways. See the little bit of highlighting at certain moments here? And when I drop it there, now it's in front of that one guy. And when I drop it there, now it's in front of two of these guys. And when I drag it down here, now it's in front of, well, let's see, wait a minute, something weird is going on. There we are. Now it's in front of all of them. Okay. And at this point, that's a little bit of too much of a close encounter. At this point, I can make this thing smaller. I'm simply scaling it by dragging one of the scaling boxes off to the side here. I'll make it a little bit smaller again. And we'll kind of position it out here. All right. So there we have our strange encounter one day between a giant floating eyeball and 3 Mormons. Okay, now let me show you something here, as if I wasn't already. Look up here at the upper left-hand side, and you can see the tab, right? These are the tabs that separate the different open documents. You can see that this one is named walkingaway.jpg. And you all know that JPG is an image format, very familiar one. By no means the only one, but it's one we see a lot in here. Now, if I went File Save, what you would think is that it would save it as a JPEG, because once something is established, like a Word document or an Excel file or whatever the hell it is, it tends to remember that and run with it. But I want you to watch this. If I go File, Save, what comes up is Save As. It's way up here at the top left. And one other thing, it isn't walkingaway.jpg, it's walkingaway.psd, Photoshop document. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and save here. Why did that happen? Well, the minute that you add something that relies upon Photoshop for its existence, like layers, for example, when you save it, it will try to save it as a Photoshop document so you would retain those. Lots of things we've done here, saving selections, and all that, basically, are having multiple layers. These are things that a JPEG could not do. And so it's therefore coming forward and sort of saving you from that problem. All right. And I'm going to go up here and close this one up. And you notice it doesn't ask me about saving. All right. I'm at a switch over point. I'll be back with something new.